Yeah, we're rolling now, man.
This thing going on, rolling?
What are you doing to your hair?
Geez, trying to fix it, trying to look good.
Pretty boy, trying to look good for the viewers.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the C and Double Podcast. Today's episode is going to be a fun one. It's called Road Rage.
Road rage.
Road Rage.
Do you get road rage?
Sometimes.
All the time?
Not all the time, no.
Well, what rages you when you're on the road?
Well, yesterday night when I was driving, went to Tim Hortons there. And
Timmy's run.
I went to Tim Hortons, and this guy was driving behind me. And I was giving her just out in the valley. I was going down
Hey,
about...
buddy. Speak a little louder. Your mouth's not on the mic, sir.
I was out in the valley.
Okay, don't need to scream.
All right. I was out in the valley, and I'm sure they can hear me fine. We're joined here by Stanley, my dog.
Another special guest. Stanley loves to be on television.
Anyways, I was out in the valley last night, and I was driving, and this guy was right on my ass, and he's going, and he's really giving her. Like, I slowed down. I was probably about going 67, 70 in a 50 zone.
Yeah.
Not to admit that to any police that are watching here, but I did slow down because I realized I was going a little quick, and I got down to 50. Actually, down to 47.
Got the old lead foot on you, Nate?
Yeah, sometimes, but man, I drive a Honda Civic, right? So, again, not to put that out there so you know who my car.
Did you drive one of those fart cans?
No, not the fart cans. I got a newer Honda Civic 2019. And anyways, so I was just driving. This guy's on my ass last night, and he wouldn't get off me. Anyways, I started braking.
Look at my face.
Eventually, he starts turning off the opposite direction. So, a little weird if you ask me, but
So you start turning off the opposite direction, and what was it that pissed you off? That he was riding your ass?
yes, he was riding my ass, and then eventually he just took a turn off. I'm like, well, what's the point of you riding my ass like that? That's road rage.
I'm guilty. That's road rage. But I brake check people. You ever done that?
Yeah, brake check is the classic way to be like, get off my ass, man. Like,
Super dangerous. I mean, there's a lot of pet peeves, especially when you're driving, things that piss you off. I mean, different things like that. Mine is people riding your ass, or if someone's driving a little too slow. Number one is, of course, I can't stand when someone's in their car with you and they are backseat driving. That is one of the worst things you can do. And, my girlfriend's bad for that one. She loves the backseat drive and tell me how to drive. Oftentimes I'll just say, hey, you want to hop in this seat? And, she never does, but it's a little easier to sit there in an armchair quarterback, isn't it, Nate?
very well, very well. Yeah, another thing that really gets me, especially driving nighttime, deer, camo season here, the Alpine, not in any way sponsored at all. Would be beautiful if they did.
Not a sponsor yet. Yeah, I took that from Dude Dad. Just kidding.
Anyways, just what really gets me, last night I was driving too. It seems to be nighttime driver where you struggle a lot, but daytime you get a whole new breed of people. But last night I was driving and there was a deer just eating vegetables along the way, picking the grass along the way, and you had to be careful. So
it is. Didn't you? Excuse me, Stanley.
What are you doing to my dog?
Oh, he weighs a lot here. I'm just trying to position him. Didn't you hit a deer was it half a year ago or a couple months back, or how long ago was that?
Last year.
Hi, buddy.
I did smoke a deer.
You smoked a deer?
Well, I didn't smoke it like in a smoker, Nick.
Or did the deer smoke you? I mean, smoked deer meat. That'd be good. Any hunters out there that want to send some deer meat our way? We'd love to try it.
Well, you can send it his way.
Why, you don't like deer meat? You would never eat deer meat?
I eat different exotic animals for sure.
Have you ever tried deer meat?
Aside from your road rage, like if I already had a deer, I definitely, was it like, can you take it with you?
Can you take it? Can you put them in your trunk? Can you strap them to the roof rails? I don't know.
Are you an exotic meat guy?
Am I an exotic meat guy? That is a good question. I've tried some exotic meats. I've tried bear, I've tried gator, and I've tried deer.
You've tried gator. How did gator? And kind of this is veering off topic, but we're in the topic. How did gator taste?
There ain't no topics here today, buddy. How did gator taste? To be honest with you, deep fried chicken, because I had a deep fried. And when I had tried gator for the first time, I had tried gator down in, I think it was Texas, at a restaurant called Dick's, which is kind of cool. Have you ever been to Dick's?
I've never been to Dick's, Nick. Well,
never
why
been
don't
to
you tell
Dick's?
me about your experience at Dick's?
Well, Dick's Restaurant, by the way, the object, their goal as a server is to be a dick to you, I guess, and treat you like crap, but the service is really great. So, I had ordered gator bites there, and essentially it was just deep fried gator, and it just tastes like chicken. I think they had this little dill pickle sauce that I dipped it in, and, that was great and lovely. I tried bear. I didn't mind bear. I think it might have been a breakfast sausage or something. But bear to me wasn't that good. So, it just kind of tastes like liver more than anything, or steak more, So, really, just all meat's kind of the same. They all kind of get that same
All
texture
meat's the
and
same,
stuff.
eh?
All meat's the same.
All meat's the same tenderizing meat.
All depends how much you season it, bro, and how long you leave it.
All
in
depends
the
on how
tender.
much you season it.
You're going to tenderize my meat? What do you say? It seems like you're talking...
I'm not gonna tenderize your meat, bro. Jesus Christ. You're talking about meat,
It
man.
sounds like you're veering down that way, aren't you?
No, anyways.
You
Seasoned
remember that
beef.
Leonard Kenny episode where they talk about the steaks and the salt and pepper and dairy? Don't fuck up my steak dinner, dairy.
S&P, yep, 15 minutes aside.
Do you agree? When you have a steak, do you like it well done? Do you like it cooked?
Personally,
Well done?
if I'm a
Or
steak
medium
guy,
rare?
if I'm a steak guy, I like my steak like not rare, but just medium. But I don't like the blood dripping. Now there's some meat eaters out there that you do eat it raw, man. And,
Yeah, a lot of people
I
do.
have had some raw beef before. I had a beef burger this year that was cooked on the grill, unfortunately cooked from frozen. But I still ate it. It was still pink and it was crispy on the outside, but not in the inside. So here, come over
Take
here.
your boy. Right. Oh, he's heavy. Holy. So crispy on the outside or inside. I didn't know this, man. As far as cooking meat goes, apparently once you take it off the barbecue, because that's usually how I do my steaks. I'm pan fried a hot minute. We take it off. If there's 15 minutes, it still cooks.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder how a deer would fry up in the front of my grill.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm thinking, especially with this road rage. I mean, have you ever get so mad on the road that you just felt like jumping out of your car and like absolutely like, I don't know, doing something about it? Or have you, Nathan, do you get road rage that bad that you need therapy?
No, I don't need therapy with my road rage, but here, stay there. Sorry, Stanley's just all over me. No, I know we're just kind of, road rage is like, I don't think I need therapy for it.
You don't need therapy for it. Well, that's good, man. So, there's a lot of things in like this world that piss you off, but I feel like it's one of the most dangerous things in the world. And
Like one of the things that get me, man, is like when the cars get going and they're on the road and they're hitting every bump and hump, and you're at nighttime or you're driving, and you looks like people are high beaming your ass, right?
yeah,
That really gets me. But another thing that gets
it's
me,
a bump and hump, but the bump and humps everywhere in St. John's. They don't know how to fix the roads.
right? Another thing that gets me is like when the high beams are on and the assholes decide to fucking blink them off last minute.
There's the high beams like
Right when they're in your face, they decide to go whoop.
But you know that there is now on the newer vehicles. There's a setting that what happens is if oncoming traffic goes, it'll turn off.
Oh yeah, but I'm not talking about the assholes who's got the automatic light situation. I got those too, the ABS or something. No, or those are brakes or something. I'm talking about the assholes who drive right to you and decide to go, oh shit, sorry, forgot my beams.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, and they just keep on going. I usually just flash them back, man, because it matches their light, and so it kind of makes it easier to continue on down that road that you're traveling. I find it's worse on a highway. So the highways are bad.
Had a little calic there.
Say what's going on. You look like Dewey Cox over here.
Who the fuck is Dewey Cox?
You look like Buddy there, friggin' Dewey from what's that movie, Walk the Line?
Fucking Walk the Line, Dewey Cox. That's a Dylan Cook line there. He used to call me that all the time. Dylan, how are you? Good. I just replied to myself there.
I'm gonna say he's not even on the show, man.
He's gonna be on the show one day. We're gonna get him on.
Someday, yep. Nope. No, yeah, no, have you ever just been driving and just have a wiper blade fall off on you? I had that happen one day, and then it scratched my windshield all the shit. Holy,
Windshield?
my windshield. Talking with a lisp.
No, I never had that happen. I've had a bigger issue with my car driving around a Honda Civic that becomes snowplow in the wintertime. So the bottom half, I beat it all the crap there from all these bumps here in the city. So the bottom half come apart there where my grill is and all that. And, last winter, I was driving through storms and I had to take it to the shop to see if they could do something to it. Really wasted my time and money because I could have just put a heater near it and defrosted it out. But that's what they basically did, is just let the heat get to it and clear the snow out of it. But yeah, it was bad. I had snow all up my grill.
That being said, snow, winter on its way. What?
I knew you were going to bring that topic up.
Oh, you did? You know what really grinds my gears in the wintertime?
What grinds your gears in the wintertime, Nick?
When someone's in front of you and they do not have the snow cleared off their windows or the roof of their car. And then it just falls off on you when it's driving. It flies on you. You know what that makes me want to do on the same topic of road rage, and I think I've done it before? Makes me want to come right out with my freaking brush and brush it off for them.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen people do that, and people come out and actually do that. Yeah, that's really, what really gets me is when you got the 90-foot high fucking Newfoundland iceberg on the fucking car.
90-foot high Newfoundland iceberg floating down there, in the bay.
And it's like, come on, you didn't have a chance to take your arm or something and knock it off. Yeah, see. So I know I have some experience with that. Like I know.
And you know what that is?
Laziness,
but just the person that gets up 10 minutes before work and expects to arrive on time.
Yeah, that's me. But usually I take the time to clear my car. So, but like I know, the girlfriend had an issue one year with that too. She's driving down Fredericton and a big transport truck come along the way. She went to switch lanes and fucking buddy didn't clear the top of his truck and boom, down go a big iceberg and she fucking wrecked.
Oh boy, didn't she get hit? Yeah. Or did she try to avoid it?
She wrecked the front of her car there. She had underneath it hit her air conditioner.
It's actually a girlfriend, buddy. It's fiance.
Right.
Yeah. Right. You just got to get used to that one.
Right there, Daddy-O.
Yeah, right.
So, anyways, it wrecked the front of her. She had to get some car stuff fixed up there. So, but man, with winter being on its way for sure, it's certainly not an exciting time for most Canadians. But it's not exactly here yet. We're just reaching October here, within the week here, the end of the week, and I'm not even thinking about my snow tires, but I also gotta get an oil change under the hood too. So
I can't stand doing oil changes. Remember that every time I tried to do an oil change on my own on my car?
Yeah, you stripped the nut right out or underneath there, and the guy called you a fucking maniac for doing her.
Well, yeah, me some colorful names called, that's for sure. But buddy got her out with a pair of ice strips on the hoist. Shout out to Crow's Auto, I guess that's where I took it. Julian made me take it there.
Crow's Auto Body, yeah, they're for all your shop needs.
All your shop needs. We're not promoting Crows here. I'm just saying that's who got the bolt out. Honda would have probably charged you an arm and half of your penis there to take her in.
Honda would have charged 2 legs and a ball sack for sure.
Now, anyways, guys, I hope you guys are listening to our latest episode that we have put out there. That was a fun one. We had the topic there about our childhood video games. That was fun. I hope you've been listening and following us as of late, because we've just been trying to get more content out here. And, me and Nate been discussing this, and that we're trying to do it on a weekly basis here. So sometimes
This is Around the Sofa with Nick and Nate.
It sure is Around the Sofa. I like this little setup. So we go back and forth from Nate's studio to my studio. This is probably Nate. This is Nate's Taverns again. I got mine set up downstairs as well now. And, we did a little interview from home the other day. We started using this new program that was actually pretty cool that I think we might stick with. It's got the audio all good on there in the video system. I lent Nathan a webcam because he's too cheap to go out and buy one.
I am not too cheap to go out and buy a webcam, sir. The only issue with that is I'm not too cheap to go out and buy a webcam.
100%. What do you got on your pants right now, fella?
What do you mean, what's on my pants?
Well, we just need to take a minute to thank our sponsors, so why don't you stand up for a second?
Well, I don't need to stand up, but I'll tell you, the Ball Hockey Union. The Ball Hockey Union is a ball hockey lifestyle brand. It is created here in St. John, New Brunswick by myself.
Kind of cheesy that we gotta, promote ourselves.
You want
but yeah.
you wanna
Show them
see-
pants, man. They're nice.
These are something I created. She's all created through the vinyl.
Yeah.
Anyways, little not bad so far. I've been wearing these for about 2 weeks, and they've been through the wash.
I like them. They look nice, buddy.
We're gonna start trying to host some events with the Ball Hockey Union group. Basically, the idea come when I bought my cricket machine. So, but but basically, the idea behind it, I've always wanted to start something that can give back to the ball hockey community, give back to the hockey community. Being a hockey player yourself, Nick, 15 years in the game, if not, a little more. Ball hockey's near and dear. We started on a street, and we ended up playing in the community centers, and then you go through the Boys and Girls Clubs, all the tournaments. So,
and it's not cheap, that's for sure.
I can understand the come up for a lot of people, and, my goal would be eventually to just be able to, with the brand, when I get my line out, I do have a soft launch that will be launching. I'm hoping for October, October. And I'm hoping to get an event where we can just play a pickup game, and you guys can, have the opportunity to look at some of my clothing. I have a zip up. I have 4 pairs of sweatpants coming, and I have 4 t-shirts. It's a very small design thing, but each one of those items are going to be made differently, and maybe people can tell me what they prefer and what they like for sure. And,
exactly.
But, the Ball Hockey Union, you can follow us on Facebook and also Instagram. Facebook is not doing so well because I have not put out too many likes and fan pages. I prefer to grow the Instagram page, honestly. I see more action, more likes on there. And if you are interested in any of these are made to print, so you can contact myself, Nathan, or the Ball Hockey Union page on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram page is way to go for sure.
Yeah, check out the Ball Hockey Union. Support local. Hopefully, Nathan, you can make enough money to give back to some form of a charity in the city. Speaking of local, we got our boys on the wall up here as usual on studio, RM Apparel, Broken Society Gear. Check those boys out on Facebook as well.
Yeah, Ray Sean and
Sean and Mikey.
We got Ray Sean with RM Apparel up there. He's been doing great now. He's got his little, he's got a nice little studio where he's been printing up there. He's been doing a great job with a lot of his things, monthly drops, daily drops, if you ask,
He's got a little Halloween drop out now.
He's got a Halloween drop out. He's got an area.
That's it, spooky.
He's got a 506 drop with the cool little alien guys. So check his stuff out. He's just, he's not just a clothing brand. He's an artist, so he's designing and printing jackets where he's actually drawing up and he's painting and stuff like that. So local artists. He's up on there. He's up on Canterbury Street in the suites there with the historic building there. Which he's around the art community there, which is on that floor there they have lots of different art studios up there. So and Mike has been collabing with him as well, but Mike has been around for a couple years here now, and he got Broken Society. He's got a new merch line dropped out now, so check those boys out for sure, and the Ball Hockey Union.
100%. Yeah, sport local nowadays, guys, has never been more important. So we do appreciate our sponsor, the Ball Hockey Union, and McLean's Projects for all your construction and hammering needs. Get a hold of us. We'll do something for you. Nathan, back on topic here. So you talk about road rage. What about...
what?
You talk about road rage?
Okay, I thought you said something else.
No, we talked about road rage.
I thought you said I suck about road rage.
Well, you do suck. I don't know if you suck at road rage. You're a pretty good driver, aren't you?
Not too bad. I think I'm in the Indy.
Do you have anything that bothers you when you drive other than, the road rage? Is there a specific something out there that when you get behind the wheel that you just can't stand? I mean, I'll give you an example.
Driving the Canadian highways. Just driving the Trans-Canada Highway.
Yeah, the Canadian highways. They had the Trans-Canada Highway.
So, one of the biggest things, the Trans-Canada Highway, big boy.
Oh, okay, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, you ever driven in Quebec?
No, I've never driven in Quebec.
You've not driven in Quebec. Okay, so, and the topic
I've been in
of
a
that-
car in Quebec, but I've never driven through Quebec.
So
All speaking of driving, I will be learning to drive in Europe. We'll get on that topic here after, I guess.
So driving in the Trans-Canada Highway itself, I took a trip to Montreal, Quebec this summer. I had the opportunity to drive down. I had the opportunity to drive down there for the first time, and we alternated between driving wheels with the fiance and
Le fiancé.
yeah, well, it's a French. Anyways, we gone down there and we driving was pretty tight down there, man. Like they're ass to ass, dick to dick.
Well, it's a higher population than little old St. John.
Yes, but you know what? Still, I find there's a different kind of idiot on the Trans-Canada Highway.
I'll hold that one.
You don't always have to look
that
for
different kind of idiots.
You don't always have to look for deers, moose, skunks,
Oh.
and stuff like
You
that.
gotta look for what? Angry Frenchmen?
Truck drivers and definitely people driving.
Yep.
The province of Quebec is pretty bad when they're tight to tight, like they're right up on you. And as soon as something happens, like construction hits, it's like blinker, blinker, four-way, right?
Yeah.
So, but
Ah.
the province of New Brunswick's a whole new game. Just coming from St. John and Quispam, I drive every day, and people must think they're from Quebec because they're really on your arse and they don't get off you in the fast lane.
Well, just everybody
And
knows.
they're really, when they're really on you, and they're
It's
really
called
up
fast
on you.
lane for a reason. It's not a fast
It's
lane.
not a fast lane. It's a passing lane, and that's what really grinds my gears, America and Canada.
Yeah, that's right. We've had some American viewers on the show, for sure.
We also got a Brazilian viewer. I don't know who you are, but please come back to our show.
That's true. We've reached...
But we have breaking down our statistics on our show, and we have found that the majority of our audience is between 20 and 37 or something like that.
Around there, yeah.
So
It
we don't
varies.
really draw a demographic of women.
Because we talk stuff that women probably don't want to listen
Maybe
to.
we should have like a sex ed topic or something. Maybe
Or
we'll
maybe
get
we
women.
should just get a female co-host. That would bring the women to the show.
Well, I don't know if I want a female co-host because maybe we can, maybe we should.
Should we do an episode with the wives to be?
Oh, listen, we could do that. I'm just gonna take a break from the microphone. I'll be right back. You get talking.
Okay, sounds good. I guess I don't know where he's going, but while he
yeah.
excuses himself, he must have to take a little dookie. Yeah, so back on that topic, maybe we'll have to do that sometime. I don't know if the ladies would be into it, but that's okay. If they're not, we won't. You could probably expect that one day. But yeah, Nate's talking about driving in Quebec. Well, I've been driving. I'm going to be learning to drive in about a week and a half. I'll be driving through Europe. So completely 180 here on the opposite side of the road and with right-hand driving. I've never done that before. So that's going to be an experience. And, I just seem to be constantly going through new experiences in life. And that's what I'm excited for. So I could say I finally drove in another country and Europe being one of them. Now, where'd he go? Look who's back. Where'd you go?
Hey guys, sorry, my allergies are bugging me.
I heard something blowing there. What were you
I
doing?
had to blow out my nose there. It's not very professional of me, but we're not professional around here, so.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah.
But no, I got allergies for my dog. I have
Seasonal?
a dog, but no, not seasonal.
Well, you're allergic to Stanley. He's right there.
Yeah, well, when Stanley gets up on me and licking me and all on my face, that's when I start getting allergic, right? But other than that, he's a great dog.
Well, you also have a cat upstairs, and
And
we
the
are
cat doesn't
highly
bug
allergic
me. The
to
cat doesn't hop on me, but
The cat's fluffy, man.
But nonetheless, sorry, excuse me for getting up. I had to go. My eyes were bugging me getting red. But Nick,
Nah.
what were you talking about?
To be driving in Europe in a week and a half.
Okay, so you're experiencing some new road rage up there. Hopefully, you're not going to rage. What? You're going to be driving? Are you renting a car or something?
Yeah. When we get off the plane, we got a rental car for the whole. We're gonna be there for 8 days, so we got 8 days worth of. I think we're gonna have the car. We're only driving for like probably 5 out of the 8 because we're gonna be walking our last 2 days when we get to Dublin. So I'm super excited for that. But I'm gonna be on the opposite side of the road. Why don't you pull out your pocket, big guy?
Oh, just some good stuff.
Okay. Opposite side of the road, gonna be driving. Gonna be learning that and the right-hand drive, which I see a couple of those cars around the city here, but I'm kind of curious to see, how quickly I catch on. People say it's pretty easy, but I'm just going to make sure I go into a parking lot before I hit the actual road.
So do they drive the opposite road, hand of the road up there? Hand of the road?
Yeah, we're on the right hand, they're on the left hand. It's vice versa. Just picture our roads, flip the complete opposite way.
So, I mean, I'm excited to hear about your trip when you head down to Dublin for sure. What's some things you have planned for down there?
Oh, man, well, we got a few things planned. First off, we leave here from St. John, and then we fly through the night to get to Dublin. So when we arrive in Dublin, we have to get our rental car, and then we're going to find our hotel and stuff. So the first thing, we're actually going down there for a wedding. We're going to go down there for the wedding for her friends, and then we're going to attend that wedding, which is kind of cool. I guess it's in a castle or something, so we're looking forward to that. Wedding aside, we're going to do some stuff at the wedding party. Probably have a few drinks and stuff, me particularly, but that's another topic for another time. So, we'll do some, I'll get some drinks in. We're going to go and see, so our biggest things we're going to do, it's funny, most people say go see the Blarney Stone, but the Blarney Stone's closed down there. Just kiss that, get some luck.
What's the Blarney Stone? What's the Blarney Stone?
Google search will tell you that it's the stone in a castle.
Blarney or Barney Stone?
Not the Barney Stone, the Blarney Stone. Don't offend the Ireland viewers here.
My apologies, guys.
Okay? Anyways, back on topic. The Blarney Stone, you're supposed to kiss it. It's supposed to give you good luck, okay? There he goes on number 2. It gets the Blarney Stone, but they're close. So we're going to the Cliffs of Moher, or Moher, however you pronounce that. That's, you see that in, movies and stuff. Very famous, coastline. And, that's going to be cool. Beautiful view. We're going to be going to the Guinness Brewery and doing a tour in there. So that's kind of cool. And we've also booked a tour for Conor McGregor's pub.
Okay.
So we're going to be going in there.
Can you not just go in and drink? Why do you need a tour of Conor McGregor's
Oh,
pub?
sorry. I didn't mean a tour. I got a little caught off guard there. Not a tour. We have booked reservations to go in there and eat and drink. So it's going to be fun.
Cool.
We don't really have a lot planned besides, that stuff. But I think we're just going to kind of play it by ear and see how tired we are when we get to Ireland. But
Absolutely, yeah.
a lot of traveling,
nice
right?
Little flight. How long's the flight?
I was told 8 hours, but we also had to fly from St. John to Toronto to Dublin. So it's probably
So
about...
you might get some layovers there for sure.
Say we have a whole day of travel. So...
Right, man. You're it's the way to experience now, man. You're a young pup, and that's the way to go for sure, man. Definitely experience things before life really takes a hold of your balls.
Life always takes a hold of my balls. They're held every day by the hands of God.
Yeah, I guess I completely agree.
Alpines for Jesus.
Cheers. Ooh, damn, almost on the microphone.
Stone Cold there, man. Yeah. So, no, the trip's going to be great. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, as cool as spirits are, all might be life-changing, might not be, but I've never really been to Europe. I've never been I've heard good things about Ireland. So, everyone says if you want to go to a place in Europe, that's the place to go. So I'm looking forward to that. It's coming soon. I've been working like crazy, so I'm looking forward to some time off from that place. That's for sure. So
yeah, absolutely, man.
It's going to be good. And,
So
and I heard last night that you were installing some ice. That was cool. You got any clips for us?
Well, I mean, I can't clip it through the microphone in this video that we currently have going here. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a separate blog on its own. I think I'm going to talk a little about it. I'm going to get on the microphone myself here, and you can see that upload coming soon on the CN Double podcast. Basically, I'm my profession. As a professional Zamboni, a rink attendant is what I'm going to, I'm a rink attendant. I'm a maintenance personnel, background in construction and trades, but led me to driving a Zamboni in a hockey rink.
So in a real hockey rink, do you use a hose to flood the rink, or do you just drive the Zamboni in circles?
What you will see in this vlog that I am going to do here, which should kind of be a neat little thing, not without myself and, not having Nick, but myself as a Zamboni guy, and maybe we'll print a t-shirt that will be dedicated to that too, Zamboni Rider. But anyways, I just
what are we, the fucking
we are the Wizards of Oz.
Barstool Sports here? Gonna start
Someday,
put
I
your
wish.
face on with the Zamboni.
No, but what you'll see in that video,
Free Zamboni rides. That's what
you
say.
should see in the video, and I was gonna get it last night, but I don't get an opportunity to do so.
Free Zamboni rides.
I won't get a chance to do it now. I was gonna film my routes running around.
Yeah.
But the start of my shift is, right now it's a humid time of year, so coming into the rink, start your shift. A lot of times you're going to see what are called nipples on the ice, big boobies that form. So yeah, so I'm gonna
Elaborate.
So I'm going to show you how we take those nipples off, basically because of the humid air. The rafters in the hockey rink create some sort of moisture, little drips that drip down and continuously hit the ice, eventually building up what we call nipples or round humps, whatever.
I like nipples. Wait, hold up. This is a family show.
Is this a pause for nipple talk?
You want to see my nipples?
I don't want to see your nipples.
All right, back on topic then.
All right. So, anyways, basically these humps form on the ice. You'll be able to get a glimpse of that. Me starting to fill the Zamboni and a little bit of Zamboni talk. I would have got the routes around last night, but the glass was very humid, so I was not able to film myself going around.
Plus, well, you should have got yourself a little selfie stick or a tripod.
Well,
there.
plus I would have put the GoPro on the machine too, but plus I was just basically it was humid in the glass, so I couldn't really put my phone up, and I was listening to music too because it was a long shift. I did about probably, I want to say maybe 10 to 12 floods last night. Typically you don't get that in, but you let the ice dry completely, and it was looking pretty good last night.
Well, now you
I also got some earlier on stages of photos of me painting the ice. And I'm going to kind of elaborate on that anyways. You'll see the vlog coming up here soon. It'll be a vlog of that. So stay tuned.
Looking forward to that. Sure. We'll put that as a separate video and playlist on the YouTube channel. And speaking of that, I think, it's great now. We've been filming a lot more. Now you're just staring at our two pretty faces in this video.
Yeah, you just see us talking.
And that's okay. But we're looking to get that YouTube channel out a lot stronger, a lot better. I find that a lot more of our viewership comes from YouTube. But our Spotify and our Apple have been doing really well. I think it varies on what we're talking about, really, and what the topic is. And today, it seems like a pretty sporadic topic. We talked about a little bit of driving. We talked a little bit about Nathan's career. We talked a little bit about our sponsors. And we drank a few Alpines, and, it's been really good. We do appreciate everything that you guys have been, as far as following goes. We appreciate you guys.
I'm just impressed that you stuck along this long.
On the show, or you mean the guys?
Just the viewers. I didn't think that you like us this much.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty crazy. Like, we found out that we have a steady, consistent, I'd say 25 people per episode who listen.
Guys, like I said, the followers, we posted the other day about our followers, we have 160 some likes on our page, which to us is
likes,
awesome,
not only have followers as well.
And we have over our followers, almost 200 followers. So
with almost 400 people.
To us, for a podcast that only started about
8 months ago?
Yeah, not even 12 months ago. When we're getting into Christmas time, our birthday. We're going back to our anniversary on the St. Patty's episode.
100%. Yeah, I know. It's so weird. Like, when we first initially started this, we all said, we put it out. Let's see how it goes. And that first episode hit off.
Is anybody going to listen to us out here? But, some of our topics, man, I don't care if you're 5 minutes in or 10 minutes in. I hope you reach this point here because we're about probably, I don't know, we're a couple minutes in. That's
can't even read that. How much that in?
Well, listen, where we're gonna go with this is endless between what you guys give us and we give you. And sometimes we just come on here and we just talk.
And you know what?
And we're gonna get guests on again. We're gonna talk about.
We haven't had guests on in a while. Yeah.
Our next guest is hopefully Ray Sean and RM, and if we can link back with Broken Society.
You know how long it took to get Mikey on for the show? So guests, and if you want to be on the show, hit us up in the DMs. We don't mind if you don't have a story to tell and you just want to talk. Come on and just say how much of the show. We didn't draw that draw yet for the T-shirt. I apologize.
It's okay.
For the
We're gonna get you something made.
But we'll get a draw going here, and the winner. If you want to come on, you want to sit, you want to chat with the boys. We're always down. Nathan, I can't even think about now how for me, I'm passionate about it. I don't know how you feel. It's we've been able to do this and just enjoy it, and now we're just having fun with it. So it's whether you listen, guys, or you just kind of listen to a few clips, or you listen to the full thing. We're so thankful for our followers, and without you guys, it just wouldn't be the C and Double podcast.
Absolutely. And,
So-
and Nick, here we are, and I don't really want to end this. I just want to keep talking.
Let's keep going. You
So
got any
again,
more to talk
so
about?
today,
Keep going.
aside from our road rage topic here, and
Yep.
how about we shoot the topic on how this whole thing began? How was the idea behind this? And then we're gonna get into a little bit of sports because
Who was the mastermind?
because the National Hockey League also has started beginning play.
Unfortunately, my phone's
so-
the video camera, so I can't pull up to see who was playing. But
That's okay. We got a phone right here. But right now, what we'll talk about is how did the idea become of the C and Double podcast, Nick? What made you come to me? Because I know you did. You are the guy who come to me. You can see some, what made you come back? I mean, looking back, man, we got
Look,
our episodes, man. Like
how
we're
many
going on.
episodes we in now, Nate? You think? This is YouTube.
Well, this is YouTube, but we
So
have.
this be about 15 or 16 episodes.
Yeah, we're about 15, 16 episodes
You know,
in, but
looking back,
we
like,
go
there's-
back to our
there's
original
Georgie,
episode.
like,
Definitely go back to our
6
library.
months ago.
Okay,
Like,
stroll down, Nick. Stroll down. Okay, okay.
7 months ago.
Look at
we
this.
put
So
out
episode
Twin Ball.
one, episode one here, Nick. You didn't have to click on it.
That's okay. It's up.
Just go back here. Episode one, C and Double. Episode one, Twin Talk 1,
Yeah.
which we never recorded. Twin Talk 2. This one should be labeled Twin Talk 2.
Oh,
but-
we can label it Twin Talk 2. Let's
Doesn't
do it.
matter. Okay.
Yeah,
This is
that's
the
the
thing.
episode name right there. Twin Talk 2.
This doesn't. Twin Talk 2 has almost 600 views. Okay. Thank you so much for your.
565 to be
Okay, Nick.
exact.
So
but-
go back here to the menu. Okay. Twin Talk 2 has almost 600 views, and then we hit into our just a little bit of a big thank you to our
That
fans.
didn't have much.
That didn't
but-
have too much, but our episode number 2 come out pretty good. It was 22 minutes long, and it's not about the views. It's just the average
Oh.
of what we see on you. Okay. Now our first official guest, actually our second,
Bucky, wasn't it?
our Vegas Bar and Grill Challenge, the Burger Challenge, which comes about on all. I just printed Nick a burger because of that. The C and Double.
100%.
The C and Double vinyl one. But anyways, and then our first official guest, thank you, Matt Buckley at
Bucky,
BR
yeah.
Media. Great.
That one
Almost
was fun, actually. I think we
almost
had COVID
300
though
views
over
on his
there.
video, and we continue to share this. And like that one was 30 minutes long. That was during COVID. I mean, actually, we were both isolating from COVID.
Yeah.
And then, thank you, Trevor, again for coming on. We had Trevor Georgie. Again, we hit almost
was fun. I
300
like that
views
one,
on
yeah.
that. Just a 34-minute video talking to Trevor. Trevor's a great guy, a great face in the community. We've known Trevor since,
A couple of years, a little.
I never really got the chance to talk. I don't know if we had a chance to talk about that on the episode of how I actually met Trevor and we met Trevor.
Oh, we had mentioned it, yeah. Like our little run-in at Rockies.
We were just kind of
I think,
running into
but-
him at Rockies, but just being a face, we're just we're going through good fans. And
Yeah.
then our St. Patty's Day episode, that one's a funny one there. Me and Nick just drinking, talking about our trip down to Halifax and talking about
That's what we're going to be doing again this year.
which
but
we are
for
actually gonna
Nate's
be doing
Batty
this year.
party, we're all going to
Yeah.
get the boys together and do it.
Yeah, the bachelor party. That's what we're playing. We're gonna head down to another Halifax Thunderbirds game. If you did not know, the National Lacrosse League released their schedule the other day, and
Which is sweet. 'Cause, man, I'm telling you, I'm hooked on that
this
sport ever since
this
we
must
went.
be their second season, their third season, I think. I believe.
Heli?
Yeah, because COVID
Something
really
like that,
put a
yeah.
stop to some of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So we'll be re-looping back around to a nice trip this year. I think we're talking about what, February the.
We'll probably go see. I think we said we
We're
were going to
gonna
see
go
the Rochester team. Was
No,
that?
I think it was Calgary Roughnecks.
Oh,
is
the
what we're
Roughnecks.
looking at.
Yeah, that's right.
so,
Yeah.
Anyways, we're talking about bringing the boys up, man. And I tell you, if we're bringing the boys up, we're going to be having a
Gonna
good
have
time.
It's going to be a good time.
I mean, Brendan.
I still, like I said, I think we're going to have the boys on the right episodes. It's good pals of ours. Just gonna,
Absolutely,
you know,
we're gonna record this for sure.
Yeah.
We're almost 40 minutes into this episode, guys, and this is
Hey,
great.
Mailman, if you're listening, I know you've listened to every episode. You said you wanted it longer. Well, you got it, bro. I know we're all over and a little sporadic.
No, absolutely.
but-
So we give you some longer content. So Nick, and then we went on, and then if we're gonna still cruise this because we're still talking about this episode number 6
Yeah.
was a talk about just random stuff. I think if you go on the YouTube channel, you can see physical copies and stuff of this. Some of this content that is on our YouTube is not on our
Well, our
our
shorts, but a lot of our
Spotify,
episodes are still on Apple. And
Yes.
On
yes,
Spotify.
Absolutely. And then Nick, and then you get up. You're talking to Nick Beal, which is a newer episode.
Yeah.
It was recently added 5 days ago. So if you want to check that out, go
With
check that episode.
It's
Nick.
also on there. Yeah.
It's on. Yes, we know, Nick. It's on Spotify and Apple for sure. We understand that. But what I'm trying to say is, if you want physical content, it is on our thing. Now, recently, then we ran our ads. Okay, there's some content or interviews of Play On as well. If you want to see that, and then our newest video that was released, our top childhood games. What I labeled on our. I did change that name around on there. Is top games of our childhood is basically what it is. So, yeah, guys, check it out. Get onto our YouTube channel.
This will be released on there for sure.
And also, check the reels out as well.
A little hard to go home.
So nonetheless, Nick
crashing the net.
There's a class video. Nick crashing the net. So, but Nick, NHL preseason action. Preseason action, bro. Have you had a chance to watch any?
I got a few games in. I watch, I watch my Leafs. I watch Toronto. I feel like Toronto's like, they're always going to be the team that I watch. They're the boys. So, like,
So I watched a bit of last night's game.
Yeah.
Montreal and Toronto.
Now, who took that game?
Toronto won that game 3-0. Toronto did really well in that game, I think, and you can't look too far ahead of this preseason, but Toronto currently is 2-1 in their preseason right now.
Yep.
They play Ottawa Friday night. Last night was Matt Murray's first crack at the can. He looked pretty good, out held a 2-0 lead, and then they pulled him out in 40 minutes as he would. They put Shalgren in net after that, but a tough night on defensive end for the.
We're talking Leafs goalies. Who do you think's going to start this season, Nate?
If I'm going to talk around the clock here, Matt Murray's probably got the edge. Matt Murray is big. He's big in that. He's
looking good too. He looks like he's in shape.
And
now.
it is too early to tell how he's looking, but he is
nursing
looking a lot
an
better.
injury.
I mean, you're talking about a guy who come from Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh Penguins. He won his first Stanley Cup, and then he had a chance to start and actually go and win a Stanley Cup. Matt Murray is a Stanley Cup champion. Let's not forget that. Two-time Stanley Cup champion, right? Yeah. He fell on hard times in Ottawa. He had a bit of an injury.
Well, he is back up in Ottawa, was he not?
Yes, he is. I believe he's.
Who did he back up?
Might have been behind Craig Anderson there.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
he fell on hard times there for sure. But I think now it's a battle between. So you got Samsonov, you got Matt Murray, and you have Shalgren. Shalgren come in last year in relief there in a time where the goaltenders needed the Leafs needed goaltending, and every team right now are in that situation. Goaltending, usually you don't always have the big number one. You're not the guy.
Well, how many games do you play a season? Right? Like you have to think like what's there like 60 some odd games in a year plus playoffs, and if you make that full run, like
there's more than 60 games in a year, man. Yeah. There's like 100 almost.
Well, that's why I said 60 plus because I don't really know the exact number, but
nonetheless, earlier on. We talking about a goaltending battle that could turn out to a good thing in a sense too. I mean, we always look back at the time when you had James Reimer, you had Frederick Anderson, and then you even go beyond that for sure. If I can remember,
goaltending was always an issue.
Goaltender was a tough go for the Leafs. So if this works out for the Leafs, it would be nice. And again, they had a hard time last night on the defensive end. They lost 4.
Who'd they lose? Do you know, or were they just like guys trying to crack the roster?
They were down to 4 defensemen. They actually had to have Kerfoot move up to play defense.
Has Kerfoot ever done that? I don't think I've ever seen that.
Typically no Kerfoot, but he, there's a couple guys who did plug the void where they said, "Hey, we'll move up. We can do this. We're versatile." So I mean, and they're talking last night on Hockey Night, or not Hockey Night, but on Sportsnet. There, Elliot Friedman and the guys on there listened to their podcast, 31 Thoughts, the other day.
That's good
great
show.
Stuff,
good show. Yeah,
they're on tour too, so I believe, hey Elliot, you should come down to St. John and
come on, see a double.
It's hit hit Boston Pizza by the sounds of it. That's where they're going. So they're
They're
doing.
actually coming, Boss Pizza.
No, they're not. But we're gonna reach out. We're gonna make sure they do.
Elliot will do an episode with you on 31
31
thoughts.
Anyways, talking there, and Elliot Friedman was talking about the gap and the void of the problem with these guys are, with the NHL games, and they get in this problem in the regular season is that the players get going and they're playing, and then there's injuries. Okay, you drop one guy, look at saying you could drop a goaltender or anything. Okay, you drop a player and then you're down a defenseman. Okay. Now you get in last night's situation where you dropped two players, two defensemen, and then you had two forwards up. You had four guys that are in the stands right now who probably would have loved to dress for the third period, right?
Mm-hmm.
William Vinot and like all these young guys that are up on there.
Willie, man, like you keep going, Nate, and we'll talk about him in a second. What I think.
Yeah, no, but just basically what Friedman echoed was that fact that there is a stigma in a sense in the NHL. Where guys are coming and they're healthy to camp, and there's guys who are coming to camp who aren't healthy. For example, I hate to call it your boy, but he's one of your favorite players, but Jake Muzzin.
Muzzy was still nursing an injury, but
exactly.
I get that.
So what Friedman would echo would that Muzzin comes to camp and he's gonna say he's healthy, and they're gonna push him along, groom him along, put him on the roster. He get injured and he's out. But a young guy who is healthy coming to camp does not have that roster space because Muzzin is.
Well, look at Tavares. He's out right now, day to day.
Right.
So you got a oblique injury or something like that, man. Injuries happen, that's for sure. Let's slide into that. Well, how do you think the Habs looked last night? I mean,
Montreal. And was looking pretty good last night. I mean, they're low. I mean, if you look at the score, they're a young roster, okay?
Yeah.
And you have a lot of young players who are coming into the league now, who are buying a spot. The league is not getting any. It's not the older guys are starting to leave, okay? So, but Slabkovsky and I forget the other guy's name there. The both guys from Slovakia look pretty good. I'm intrigued. I'm not always a Montreal fan, but I know there's a lot of you guys out there saying, yeah, you are.
Yes, yeah.
So I do have some love for the Montreal Canadiens. Believe it or not.
No, for sure.
I
can't believe he just admitted that.
But in heart, I am a Leafs fan. He'll never forget that.
Yeah, and I mean, they definitely have a young, talented team coming up. They're going to be a force this year. And I mean, if you look at even the Edmonton Oilers right now with the accusations that they have, and the Ottawa Senators, those are two teams you want to even look out for, man.
And last night it really hit home, but there was a guy who I'm a former Costco employee, so Montreal has a player who actually had a quick turnaround. He was working at Costco, and he got turned around. He's now in the Montreal Canadiens camp trying out for the team.
No way.
And now I forgive me, Montreal Canadiens fans. His name slipped my mind there, but he is a defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens. Really good. Cool little player. He's a tough player. He plays a tough game, bring it home type style, like rough enough. But he said, we have to. I think last night in the interview there, he said, I got to really decide when I'm going to be able to play the body and not play the body and step up, and actually because the guys are so quick in the league now, right? So
do you think he might crack the AHL, or has he played in the AHL, or has he just worked at Costco as the old box stocker, stocking shelves on the overnights?
Certainly is going to be done with Costco. He will be in
Costco. The NHL pays more. Okay, the NHL pays more.
He will actually sign a professional contract.
I'd like to see Costco debate his contract to keep him.
No, they actually. He was saying that they kind of give him a send off and they're all happy for him. But now listen, I worked with a guy too who, when I worked at Costco, believe it or not, who played some time in the American Hockey League.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He works here in St. John.
Oh, off topic about that. Do you remember the time we played that charity game?
I did.
Yes. Costco.
Yes.
Yeah, we went all the way up to Sussex.
There's a Moncton. I believe it was Moncton Costco, Fredericton Costco. No, Moncton and St. John.
Moncton versus St. John Costco.
And then they eventually. Jeremy Whipple,
yes,
if you ever listen
shout
to
out
this,
Whip.
He is the one who formed that, and he was the one who was able to put it together. Eventually had a tournament where you played. But it was a fundraising tournament for the IWK, man. Costco is always great on that stuff. Recently just renewed my membership there. We were in. I have not been in a while. It's been well over a year since I was into Costco, but we recently were in, and we spent a little more than you want to. You always do when you head to Costco, but
155% you do.
but anyways, it was a. I'm happy I'm back. I was able to get in there, get back. I do like that. You find some cheap deals there, cheap buys there, for sure. But anyways, not to be like gassing up Costco, but I think it's just a great thing that our community has one, and they're a great little spot for sure. So, I guess not little, but a big spot because it was so busy in there on Sunday when we walked through. So
100%, yeah, no, and I was watching there, Nate. That's continuing on the sports topic. I was watching the Ottawa Senators and Leafs game the other night. And
yep.
usually, the only time I watch an opposing team is when they're playing the Leafs. But I have been more into watching.
Was that the doubleheader?
Yes, that was cool to see.
Yeah.
Leafs had most of their big guys in, but we're gonna just slide from Leafs talk to go to Ottawa. I mean, Ottawa's looking pretty good, and I hate to admit it,
Giroux.
You got Giroux,
Tim Stützle.
You got
Thomas
Shabbat,
Matthew Joseph.
Joe, yeah.
And they're adding a lot of young rosters for sure. There's a lot of young.
Who they get in
players
net? They got buddy from Vancouver.
Actually, whoever they have in net's quite.
Look it up, man.
quite
Because
the
we don't
deal
want
here.
to, But new roster acquisition. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep a close eye on these boys this year. I probably won't. You won't catch me buying their jersey, but I think I'm gonna bandwagon. I got a couple coworkers. They're Sens fans all day, like hardcore, diehard.
So this is a rundown of the roster, but this Alex DeBrincat, Claude Giroux, Drake Batherson, Brady Tkachuk, Tim Stützle, Cam Talbot, Josh Norris, Jake Anderson, Thomas Chabot, like we mentioned, Nikita Zaitsev.
Zaitsev used to play for the Leafs,
Toronto
man.
Maple Leaf. Anton Bibb, he is one of their goaltenders. He is a former Maple Leaf as well.
Money talks, bullshit walks, boys. They did some
Philip
shit.
Daoust, a boy from the St. John Sea Dogs.
Daoust, I remember him, yeah.
2022.
Daoust on the roster currently, or is he?
I thought that their goaltender, don't get me wrong, I thought it was Cam Talbot, but you just give me a second.
I think it was, buddy. I believe it is.
Which I'm kind of breezing through the roster here. And it doesn't really tell me, but if I'm going to do a quick one here, goaltending.
Yeah.
Ottawa Senators 2021 roster. We're not onto there.
Very well could be, but they're looking like a mean force, bro.
Cam Talbot, Anton Bibb, Forsberg, and a couple guys from the bottom half. Cam Talbot, man. Cam Talbot came from Minnesota last year.
Then Fleury took his spot.
His 2021-2022 season, he had 49 games played. He had 32 wins and 12 losses and 4 overtime. Would it be wins or losses? Wow. That was quite the, if you're looking at that, 49 games played, 32 wins, that's quite the season for a guy who's kind of
man.
The Ottawa Senators for sure. But don't get me wrong, Cam Talbot didn't look too sharp in the preseason game.
No, but I mean, it's preseason. You just got to get your reps in. I mean, but for him, he's a vet, so he should be just on his thing. Like you said, that comes with coming ready for camp, and a lot of these guys show up, they're not ready, and some guys show up like these young spring rolls, and they show up like they're ready to play, man. And I'm just looking forward to the NHL season. It's gonna be a great one, man.
And you don't get me wrong, okay? Now here's, and then we're gonna flip back to the Maple Leafs for a little bit, but and of course we're gonna flip back to Maple Leafs.
Of course, we always flip back to the Maple Leafs. This is Nate and Nick's channel, so.
But another steal for me is. Aside from the goaltender where we talked about Matt Murray and Ilya Samsonov, was Kalle Jokinen. Big game for him in Game 2. Come from the Nashville Predators. He's got the nickname Iron Hook. And he's a Swedish professional ice hockey player. Now he's currently with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Anyways, he had a big game. He almost had a hat trick. Almost had a hat trick. 2 goals on the evening on last Saturday's game, where he gained the post with a third try.
In hockey, what is your favorite type of hat trick? The Gordie Howe or the old school? I scored 3 motherfucking goals and my cock's big.
Off topic of what that might be, my cock's big for sure.
Oh, wonderful. I like Gordie Howe, man.
Why did you bring that going here, Nick? We're on a roll here. Anyways, back to the Leafs roster. You know, who are you most looking forward to talking about this year? You know, you got Michael Bunting back. You got Wayne Simmons. You got Muzzin. You know, you have Eric Shalgren, Morgan Riley, Joey Anderson. You know, guys like that. Alexander Kerfoot, Jordy Bean.
I would very much like. I would very much like to see Nicky Robertson crack the roster this year. I don't want him in the AHL. I watched him play last night. The kid's got it, man. His skates are rockets. He can shoot, score. Probably kick some ass, but Robertson, you have to make the roster this year, and if you don't, man, it's going to be a disappointment. It ain't going to be on you. It's going to be on Kyle Dubas or Mr. Sheldon Keefe. And Kiefer, make the right decision, boy. Put Robertson in the lineup. Get him some games. The only way he's going to improve is if he plays with the big boys, and he needs to play at least the half a season before you decide to put him down if he's not performing. Because he's only going to continue to get better, and Nicky's the boy, man. I think Nick's going to crack that roster.
Yeah, I agree. Nick Robertson has come in near the end of the year for playoffs, stuff like that. Big help for sure.
100%. Man.
What do you think of the Calgary Flames?
Well, you know that new accusation with my boy Johnny Huberdeau. Everybody's like, oh, you know, you traded Huberdeau for Johnny Hockey. Johnny Hockey's gone. Now you got you got the Chuck gone. Well, man, it don't really matter because they picked up the Chuck. They also picked up, I believe, what's his name there? I can't remember his name.
Let me run down the roster for you for a minute.
Okay, yeah, put that out so I'll know.
So, recent accusations: Nazem Kadri.
Yes, that's right. You got your boy. Yep.
Jonathan Huberdeau. And Mackenzie Weegar.
Now, Weegar, man, that's what I'm saying. Like, Weegar is good pickup. This Canadian division this year, man.
Okay, so, and then you add Milan Lucic. Okay. And then Brent Sutter. Tyler Toffoli. Elias Lindholm. Jacob Markstrom.
Yeah.
And then going down the roster here. You know, Nikita Zorov, Dustin Wolf, and net there as part of their program. If he cracks the roster this year, I think he's a good.
Well, Wolf played for them before, did he not?
Noah Hannafin.
Yep.
Rasmus Anderson. And Connor Zary. Zary has been a young player that I've liked to watch. Lucas Cano, I believe his name is, with the Seattle their team in the Western Hockey League. And then we're getting down there. But anyways, just the top couple rosters.
Some of those names are so top, too. Like, you know, you're looking at Jonathan Huberdeau. You're looking at Nazem Kadri, who just can't. He's hot off a Stanley Cup win. Good for you, Naz. I think Naz definitely was a force in Toronto. And when you were in Toronto, man, you just weren't given that golden opportunity. You were the tough guy. You were trying to prove yourself. You were young. Taking those stupid penalties, man. I'm kind of jealous now that you're not with the Leafs, but I think you branching off as per usual, like most things.
And this is just running down the Canadian division, and we're going to run 100%. Some of these teams here. So,
but like I said, Nathan, I think Naz is coming off a hot season. I think you got, I said Naz, I said Huberdeau, I said who else was on that roster?
Backstrom was in there.
Yeah, sure. What's the other guy there? Weegar.
Weegar,
Chris Weegar. Those guys, they're going to make a solid team, but they got to play games. And I think, early off, I know that the boys are producing now.
Sorry, excuse me, guys.
It's all good, man.
I think you're going to see this top Canadian division be a force, and even the Vancouver man and the Oilers. Like I said,
That's to say, we'll take a look at Vancouver's roster here for a second.
yeah. Vancouver's roster, all right.
We're going to go back over here. We got a couple more Canadian teams that we're going to run down before we end the show.
I was going to say, yeah, let's keep talking, and we'll get her done here soon.
This is probably going to be chopped up into a different episode.
I would like to think that we're probably going to have this hockey talk as a separate episode. This is around 2
If
hours.
not, it doesn't matter. We can pull up a full episode, and if you want to listen to us then and there, but we will chop this up. So, the Vancouver Canucks. Now, it's not a team that I always jump mine to. I am a Vancouver fan ever since the Sedins, okay? They're looking...
sitting right here.
They are sitting right here. They're looking at JT Miller, Elias Pettersson, Ilya Mikheyev, Brock Besser, Curtis Lazar. Those are names. Bo Horvat, Connor Garland, Quinn Hughes, the Hughes brothers, and Tyler Myers. Tyler Myers. This is pretty cool. Now that I see that I did not get an opportunity to see that Meyer was on this roster, and actually now, sorry, this is just reverting back. It's not Tyler Myers that I'm thinking about, but it's Philip Myers. So earlier this summer here, we're at my rink where I work there. Had an opportunity, I think, in the June when the Memorial Cup was around. The Sea Dogs were prepping for their training camp. They had an opportunity to bring in Philip Myers to the program, and he was playing a couple games. Just the size on the guy, just watching him, defenseman, man, where he can fire the puck, and amazing where he can shoot. Philip Myers, just from Moncton, New Brunswick, there, actually a local player who was pretty cool to see. So he, yeah. And then Travis Dermott, at least to kind of off some of their guys. Michael DiPietro, holy moly, have not seen his name around for a while. Good goaltender, took me a while to get used to him, but hopefully he is making out okay. So we're just kind of going down the prospect line there. I guess I don't know what in terms of Vancouver. Vancouver is always a sleeper. You watch them out in the west area.
Those games are late, and that's the worst part about all those Western teams, right? Like, I remember when Calgary was playing Oilers in the playoffs, man, Battle of Alberta. Great series, man, but the goaltending sucked. And now you're going to have to look and see, like, hopefully that's a matchup again this year. That's going to change. Anyways.
And then we get on the topic of the Oilers. And then so maybe we're going to end it off with the Oilers here for sure because we're getting stretched on time for sure.
But I get stretched all the time. Nate Dogg keeps cutting me off when I'm talking.
Go ahead and talk.
No, it's okay. You talk about the Oilers.
Yeah, what's your comments about the Vancouver Canucks, man? You have anything else to say about the Canucks?
No, I don't have anything to say about the Vancouver Canucks.
Okay. So,
except they suck.
So the Edmonton Oilers this year. Connor McDavid, Jack Campbell, now recently acquired from the Toronto Maple Leafs, picked up Evander Kane, Leon Draisaitl, Jesse Proviari, Jake Virtanen, and Mentis Janmark. Also, Calvin Pickard, Zach Hyman, and Darnell Nurse be there back again. Xavier Bogaert, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. I also mentioned too, Jukka Carrot. I don't know if he's still. Yes, he is. Believe he's still with the Oilers. But
these rosters aren't even finalized yet, though, right? Like, but these pickups have been great. Like, I'm excited for the season. I don't know if who's your pick for the Stanley Cup to win the Stanley Cup this year?
Oh, it's awful hard to decide that this early on, personally. Your front runners have been the Tampa Bay Lightning and now the Avalanche the last couple of years. So, I don't know what to tell. I'm always going to go with my hometown boys, the Maple Leafs, but they're going to
make past first round.
But they're still going to be half decent.
Anybody but the Leafs, if I'm going to go with anybody, I'm going to say your 2023 season.
Nick wants to be a professional here, and he's kind of get a little annoyed with me now. So,
what do you mean?
He's getting annoyed. He said,
"No, it's just we're
almost
been
60,
going here. We've been
minutes
going
into
on,
an
man.
episode
We're
here.
almost an hour recording. This is fine. I'm just saying, if I'm going to have to pick anyone to win this 2023 Stanley Cup this year, I am going to go with,
Calgary Flames are a front runner for me.
Yeah, I would say the Flames, man.
But outside of Canada, who would you say? Minnesota.
The Boston Bruins.
The Boston Bruins are fire out, in my opinion. I think maybe the Minnesota Wild could be in that talk. Tampa Bay are certainly going to be running up the pace again.
Yeah, you get a really long beard hair here.
Yeah, I never tried. Ah, fuck! Ow!
Did I get it? No, I didn't.
Sorry, boys.
Over exaggerated. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to say, I don't know, Dave, if you got any more to say, but we just so appreciate you guys
I got all
joining the
kinds to
CN
say
Double
here.
podcast today. I think we're going to cap her off at 60 minutes, and
Cap her off. I want to
we're
talk
going to cap her off, buddy. We don't need to blow our loads any longer.
All right, I guess.
This has been the CN Double podcast. Thank you for listening. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and you can listen to us live now on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and or YouTube. Thank you very much. He's got nothing to say.